Yeah, I was raised by 6 moms and 1 dad, and we all lived in the same house.
Living for the next life and not living for today. I didn't believe love and fear could coexist.
Welcome to Unpacked and Unfiltered. I'm here with my bestie, Bexx.
And Noie. I'll tell you what, I've been getting some unfiltered shit in my DMs.
Ooh.
And I think people are wanting to tell. I feel like I've turned into a Catholic booth.
Yeah, I know the confessions, right?
Confessions. And this is great because we're talking about religion today. But I feel like people are bringing me their confessions. And maybe it's their unfiltered stories, but also their confessionals.
Yeah.
You guys, bring me your confessionals. And I won't tell them who it was.
Right.
And they may pop up on here. So it's not really a confessional because the world's going to hear it.
Okay, do you have one?
I do.
Okay.
Yesterday, I got this confessional out of nowhere. And it says, I just broke up with my girlfriend. And now I'm fucking her mom.
I love shit like this. Sorry, because I love it when people love older people. Like,
I know.
It's my favorite thing because that's me.
That
like,
is amazing.
I've always loved people older than me. Always. Like, I've never been attracted to someone my age.
Me either.
So I love it.
Oh, wait, hold on. I lied. That is, I don't even know why I agreed with you so readily because that's not true. I don't think I am attracted to age specific. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I think it's the mind.
It's a maturity.
Maturity.
For me,
mind.
it's maturity anyway.
I don't even pay attention to age.
Yeah, I do.
Age is like such a large realm for me.
Yeah.
It's like.
Age is important to me.
Yeah.
You're very accepting. That's why you're this way.
Probably so.
You're so accepting, which is why you get all of these confessionals.
That's why you guys bring me your confessionals.
What's the rest of this? Is there more? What did he do?
That was it. That was the end.
That's the whole...
Period. There was no more conversation after that. That was the end. And I said, thanks for your confessional.
Are they all, like, is mom and daughter living in the same house?
It wasn't mine to pry.
Oh, I would ask so many questions.
I feel like to be accepting, I just have to sit with it. I was like, and you can give me what you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I literally know who you are. Like, you sent it from your account.
Yeah.
So you can tell me what you want, and I'm not going to pry if you don't want to give me more. But if you want to give me more, I'm here for it.
Please give me more because I'm
off
dying. I'm like, tell more.
I know. Maybe you just needed to get it off your chest, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
There it is. I don't judge.
No.
Do what you need to do. Maybe you just needed to.
I mean.
The mom was not me, by the way.
Yeah. I'll confess right now, like growing up, I always had crushes on 2 of my girlfriend's dads. Like
really?
Their dads. And then my 7th grade teacher, I was in love with him. He had no idea. But I was obsessed. Well, he probably knew because 7th graders don't really hide things very well.
I know a certain daughter. Okay, but one of my daughters, but I have 5, so I'm not really throwing anybody under the bus right now. And she regularly had a crush on one of her teachers. We talked about this all the time.
Age is just...
He's usually a science teacher.
Oh, the nerdy ones. I wonder where she got that.
I don't know. I do have my classes today. So I can totally go nerdy if we need to.
So we are going to talk a little bit about religion today. Is this our little chit-chat?
We're chit-chatting about religion.
Love it.
I know. Tell me.
I don't really have a lot of curiosity in the Mormon religions like FLDS or LDS, but it is kind of interesting to me because we live in a state, the state for it. The state for Mormonism and
FLDS. Well,
it's Mormon.
Yeah.
Mormon. FLDS, it's fundamental.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because when you live it, you're like, yeah. And then I've been out I'm rolling on 20 years.
That's a long time.
A long time. And I've had people, like a lot of my LDS friends have been like, ooh, let's do a girls' night and let's talk about this. And I'm like, I did it for so many years where I just dive into it and I would get and we would talk similarities between the 2 religions, but it's kind of interesting how much they are alike, but yet so different.
You know what's fascinating about that is they started from the same place. And I don't think a lot of Mormons want to admit that.
Yeah, they don't.
They're like, oh, no, we're nothing like the FLDS. I was like, yes, you are. You literally were FLDS.
Yeah.
You had the exact same beliefs.
Yeah.
And
they study the same scriptures.
Exact same scriptures. Yeah. And I was like, the FLDS church broke off from the LDS church because the LDS church wanted to change things.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get rid of polygamy.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to start evolving with
the times.
Yes.
What's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
And the FLDS is literally the pure religion.
Well, it was. I feel like when, especially maybe even before Warren Jeff's time, which was his dad, Rulon.
Right.
I feel like Rulon is when things really started to change, where like he started getting way more wives, and the younger, the prettier, all that. And it kind of rolled onto his son, which I feel like in that era, the father
orgies weren't in the pure religion way back then. It could have been. Who knows?
I really just don't know. Like, how do you know? Do we know of any writings anywhere that like talk about like this like sexual activity back then?
I have no idea. I would
die to hear it.
Yeah, but I honestly have no idea.
I don't either.
But the reason I have no idea is because I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. And I haven't dug into it. I think that's what makes you and I different. And this is why we want to talk about this today.
Okay.
I don't care.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't care either. I really don't. And I have no interest. Like, this is the strange thing, as you get into your own peace in life and what works for you, that you just don't really care about dissecting other people's beliefs and all of that. Like, I love seeing diversity in the world. That's one of the reasons I love to travel, is like you see different cultures. You are open-minded to, seeing how people live their lives.
Yes, I love travel for that reason. I love going into a culture that is deep into Hinduism, that is deep into Catholicism, deep into spirituality.
In whatever form it is. So, that's one thing I loved about like Bali is the Balinese people, like they're very, well, it's an Asian culture, but their religion was so fascinating to me because they did, and then you learn all of their different gods and you do research on them and you're like, wow, this is incredible. Because that's that part of spirituality, is when you start researching what the gods were capable of doing in their time and what they did for their people and their land and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, I support people believing in something bigger than themselves, wherever it is.
Okay, so let's talk about something we actually don't really talk about a whole lot.
Okay.
Let's talk about your story about leaving your church, okay? Because I actually do like asking you questions because it's so interesting, but not for the reasons people are going to assume.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the general assumption is that, oh my God, we hate it. We hate our past church. We hate all that.
Yeah.
And how do you really feel?
I don't hate my church, where I'm from, the FLDS. I don't hate it. I'm happy to be free of it. But like when I was in it, when I was young, I thought, oh yeah, I want to be. So this is one thing I told my boyfriend the other day. I'm like, you know what's funny? I always wanted to be the third wife. I did. I'll break it.
We've had this discussion about what wife we would be.
I would want to be the third wife. And here's why.
Right.
In polygamy, the first wife is very controlling, very attached to her ways, attached to her man, which, and like, is the one that gets loved, like all the attention and everything. And then when the second wife comes in, she's literally a raging bitch in everybody's eyes because she's taking over the husband. She's taking the husband away from the family to get to know him, and she's the one that uproots all the family systems. And like, can you imagine?
No. So is she normally a bitch, or she just needs to be?
She's seen as the bitch.
She's seen as the bitch. Okay.
Because she's the one that uproots the system.
Yes.
Like
the perfect like family unit is now like destroyed.
And now the original OG woman is like second best.
Oh,
and she's been, worshipped.
Dequeened.
Yeah, she's been dequeened.
Dethroned.
In her mind.
Right.
But like in a lot of times, by the time another wife comes along, that family structure, the home structure does lay on that first wife's shoulders completely.
Can we rewind for 1 second before we get into the wives? Can we just tell our listeners that you were from the FLDS, and this is like a group from Warren Jeff. I know you think that people talk about this all the time, and you tell me this.
Okay.
I just don't really think that's true. Like, I think that to a lot of people, this is a new idea that you were raised by 8 moms.
6.
Sorry, I always add more in my head.
Yeah.
6 mothers, and that you are child number 31.
Yeah, something like that.
You don't really know?
I'd say the 31 or 32, but I think it's 31.
I'm sorry. Most people know
Most
people know their birth order, and the fact that you don't.
All I know is that I'm the youngest girl.
Okay.
Because I was the princess for many years, but
You're still a princess.
I know.
That explains so much, though.
I know.
To be
It
honest.
sadly does.
Okay, but it's still mind blowing. Regardless, it just is.
I was raised by 6 moms and 1 dad, and we all
Okay.
lived in the same house.
Okay.
And at one
Did you have your own room?
No, God, no. There was 5 girls per room. In fact, my whole childhood, from as young as I can remember till I was probably 6 or 7, I lived. My bedroom was a mattress in the hallway. That was my bedroom. Me and my brother Wink.
Oh my God! Did you ever feel overlooked?
I was too loud to be overlooked.
Oh, I love that about you.
I was very loud.
Is that why you don't need the microphone so close to your mouth?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty loud kid.
Okay, go forward. Now tell me about the third wife. Now we'll fast forward to where we were in our podcast.
Okay, so the third wife is the one that comes in after the second wife has uprooted everything, and she is now the fun wife.
Okay.
Because the third wife doesn't give a shit. Like, I mean, she does give a shit, but she's not there to uproot anything. She's not there to hate on anybody.
So she's cool.
She's cool. She's the cool, fun mom. And she's the one that can just really slip through the cracks because all the tension is not on her.
So you always want to be a third
I've always wanted to be a third wife. Like, forever. When I was a little girl, I'm like, ooh, don't want to be the first wife. Ooh, don't want to be the second wife. I'm like, third wife? I want to be the third wife. So I was telling this to my boyfriend the other day, and he's been married twice.
That is
I'm the third.
you.
I'm the third girl. Maybe
You're
one
the
day.
third wife.
Well, one day maybe, but
One day maybe.
I'm just like,
One day maybe.
Yeah.
You're like, this actually might work because if we work, I would be the third wife.
but if you think about it, it kind of pans out in his
Yeah.
life.
So when you look at our friend group, do you like tag everybody in your head as what wife they would be? And
Some of them.
what would I be?
Oh, well, first wife, 100%.
Why?
Girl, look at your life. Come on.
Would I be a raging bitch?
Well, just think of how you feel with how your life is right now. Like with dad being away, with, the separation and feeling replaced for someone younger. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not saying you're a raging bitch, but you have this family structure and you feel like it's being uprooted and it's all on your shoulders to fix
You
it.
can be honest. Do you think I'm a raging bitch?
No. Fuck no. Absolutely not. I would not be here if you were a bitch.
That's true.
I love you, and I love how loving and accepting and kind and actually nurturing you nourish your friendships. Like you really do. And you dump a lot of energy into your friendships,
Yes.
like more than anybody I know.
But so do you. I think we match each other's energy. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward from wives. Okay. More fascination about you. So I know that like I'm always digging at your story.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we go back to the day you left your religion?
Oh,
Have we talked about this before on the podcast?
no, I don't think so. I know we've talked about it like
Okay.
back and forth maybe.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Okay, so something so fascinating about your religion. How does one get a husband? Get put into a marriage?
Okay. This is fun. This is a fun subject. Okay. So
Do you get to choose the love of your life?
everything's arranged marriage. Everything. And how it happens is the dad of the daughter or son, well, daughter. So the boys hold the priesthood.
What is the priesthood?
I don't fucking know. Some
Power?
it is a power because it's like all of a sudden these boys that are ordained are now on this pedestal and they're...
Mind you, the Mormon religion has priesthood as well.
Yes.
So I know, but I'm just saying this.
I don't know how to explain it because I was so young when I left, and it's literally from a teenager's mind of like what it looks like. So that's what you're going to get from me because I left as a teenager.
Right. Okay.
With no more interest in it.
Yes.
But obviously there's these degrees of priesthood, and once
you get better and better and better by
you
different
just go
priesthoods.
up
You're
the
like,
chain, right?
Yeah, it's more like your ego gets puffed and puffed and puffed.
And once you get to a certain level, then you're in the marriage age group for men.
Okay.
And then for girls, their dad turns them in when their dad feels like they're ready to get married.
So your dad had never turned you in before?
No, and here's why.
Okay. You hadn't been turned in?
No. So one day my dad went to the prophet and turned in all the girls my age except for me.
Okay.
And he's like, you terrify me. Like, I was a shithead. I was sneaking out with boys. I was caught with alcohol in my high school book
We're
bag.
going to get into that in a minute,
Like,
what the rules were.
Right.
We're going to dig into rules later. So when you're like, what's the problem with that? Some listeners are probably like, so what's the big deal?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll get into what the big deal about that was later. There are some strict ass rules.
And I had boy problems at a very young age.
But they're not.
Like, I just was interested in boys. I had guy friends. Like, it was guy friends. Literally guy friends.
Problems according to your religion, we should say.
Yeah.
They considered them problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, so this was like a month before I left home. Then all of these three sisters that were my same age group all went away in the night and came back at 2 a.m. and they were married.
Ooh.
Literally. Me and my stepsister, Bonnie.
Were they your age?
Yeah. We were all, they were a little, like 6 months older than me.
How old were you at the time?
18.
Okay.
It was like right before my 18th birthday. So I was 17. Mm-hmm. But also one thing I will say about my dad, I was very proud that he never turned in a daughter before the age of 18. So that could have had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, it's just too young.
Because girls were married at 14.
Yeah. 13, 14. Like, there was these young girls. And to me, that's just like shame on the dad.
Right.
Like, what in the was wrong with the dads?
You can say fuck.
I know. I just, talking about religion makes me want to wash my mouth. It's weird. Anyway, so.
It makes you filter. Talk about religion makes you filter.
I hate it. I know. So like, then, the girls get married. They go off in the middle of the night. They come back at like 2 or 3 a.m. and they're all like really hush hush, won't talk to anybody. And we're like, you got married, didn't you? And they're like, and then we knew. We were like, oh.
Oh, question. Did you have a temple?
We had a church building, but because everything was so illegal at the time, they would do it in secret, remote locations, these marriages, and they would do it in mass groups.
Oh, okay.
And it was like nobody knew but the drivers of where they were going.
So did they wear garments?
No.
If they were married?
Yeah. Towards the end, it was literally whatever you put on that day. It was, no garment. Well, obviously your underwear garments, the long ones.
You wore those?
Yeah.
So even if you weren't married in the temple,
Yeah.
Rewind. Underwear for garments are something like people wear, I should say. People wear
Under their clothes.
Under their clothes, and it's like for her religion specifically, they go like from your underwear would literally go from your wrist to your neck to your ankles, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And even the little kids.
Sexy.
I know. So as soon as a kid was potty trained, then they would be put in the garments as well. And that's why a lot of us are terrible swimmers. Like, we can't swim very well because we're swimming in underwear, slips, dresses. Like, that's the reason I didn't learn how to swim.
So even
till later in life. Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother subject. The waters were controlled by the devil in our religion. So swimming was also kind of a bad thing. Like, you could go play in a river, but swimming was
illegal.
Because the devil controlled the waters.
Oh.
Anyway, so that's another thing. But
shit, I'm a water sign. That explains so much.
So much.
The devil controls me.
That's why I love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're an angel. But so the day that I left home, it was like a month after my 3 sisters had gotten married. And my dad, it was a Sunday. My dad calls me into his office after our church. We did church at home. And because at the time, Warren was in hiding, Warren Jeffs was in hiding, and you couldn't just gather for church because they wanted to arrest him. So we were doing these little at home. Sometimes you'd hop on a online call and do church online. And there
but Warren Jeffs would be the like giving
someone would be a mouthpiece for him. Like,
okay,
you know, and this was before he was arrested. So Dad calls me in and he's like, Warren wants to know, or the prophet wants to know what you want in life. And I just had this awful feeling like it was now or never. Like I have to speak up now or never, or I'm going to be trapped forever. And so I was like, I sure the fuck don't want this.
I love that you had a potty mouth.
And I've had a potty mouth since like as long as I can remember. Like I didn't say the fuck word, but I've had a
You didn't say, you did or did not say the F word?
Didn't. I just was like,
I don't want this.
I don't want this. Like, this is not for me. And he looked at me and he was just like, didn't expect that.
I am so proud of you.
And
I just want to go back and hug that younger Noreen.
oh, I was on fire. I had a
just wanna
fire
hug
in
her.
me. I don't think I would have been huggable. Like I was so shut down to everybody's opinions. I had sisters like come talk to me and tell me I was, you know, making the wrong decision and I was going to mess up my whole entire life by making this decision. And I just felt so good about my decision, even though I was terrified because I had no family, nobody outside. Well, I had 2 brothers that I hadn't talked to in like 5 years, and I didn't have their numbers. I didn't know how to get a hold of them.
Were you told things like you don't have the spirit with you? Like, were you gaslit for your decisions?
Yes, absolutely. Like your salvation, you're going to go to hell. There, you have no redemption. You're not ever going to come back from this. This is the ultimate horrible decision you could make in life.
When you think back, what was the worst thing you were told?
Worst thing
that plays back in your mind.
Well, I always knew a lot of it was bullshit.
Okay.
I always knew in my soul it was bullshit because I feel like you can reinvent yourself as many times as you'd like in life. Why do you think like
you were born strong?
Like forgiveness is like when people talk about Jesus and Christ and stuff, his main message is forgiveness and acceptance. And so like so many things about the fear that was instilled in us, I'm like straight up bullshit. Like I never believed it. But I think the worst thing I was ever told as a teenager was when my mom would call me bad names. She would call me a slut and a skank and a whore and these things. And those, to me, they don't mean anything to me now. Like maybe it's a compliment. Who knows? I don't know. But like then it just destroyed me as a young girl. Like I was like, this is what my own mom sees me as because I'm lost and I'm curious and I do things that even I don't understand why I do them.
You have normal sexual hormones.
Yes,
normal
I was a sexual teen. I was a very sexual teen, and I didn't understand why.
Right.
And no, I didn't do bad things in that department, but like I was just curious. And I was so shamed and so hurt for it. But like TMI, but I never had sex till after I left home with the man that I married.
There's no TMI on the show, by the way.
I know. And so it's like, I was shamed for things that were so ridiculous. I would never do that to my own daughter, ever.
No.
In 1,000 fucking years, I don't give a shit what she did.
Right.
Unless she killed someone, then maybe I would call her names. But like, these little things in life, I'm like, how? And it's programming. It's all programming. But so that day when I told my dad.
I didn't know any better.
I didn't. Well, and they didn't.
Yeah.
I told my dad, I'm like, okay, well, and he says, if this isn't what you want, I want you to pack your shit and get out today. And you know what was weird?
What?
I was already packed.
Ugh.
My gut knew it. My gut knew it for weeks.
My soul.
Like I was already packed. Everything was already in boxes and I was ready to go. And I didn't know where I was going. I didn't have a car. I had a little bit of cash saved up and I just knew I was going. I had no resources except for Lester. Like he was the only thing I had.
So Lester was the boy you liked at the time who later became your husband.
Yes. I was sneaking out with him. We were like
kissing.
I had a cell phone that I kept between my mattresses.
And did your family know about the cell phone?
They found out about it later. So, okay, the first time I got caught with the cell phone,
Oh, wait, hold on. I actually like this story. You got a boy to buy you the cell phone, right?
Yes. Well, this is not the first boy that bought me a cell phone, but this is the best story. So
You always got boys to buy you things.
I did. I have my whole life. So Lester buys me this cell phone,
Your
and
boyfriend know this.
yeah,
I like that.
and it's like those Nextel flip phones back then.
Yeah.
That had the side button.
Yes.
And one day I'm cleaning out the shed with Mother Carrie-Ann, and I had it between my boobs under my dress, and I bent down, and the side button went beep beep. You know how it has the walkie-talkie thing on the Nextels?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, I'm so screwed. And Mother Carrie-Ann looks at me, and she's like, she didn't even say a word. She fucking knew.
What mother was she?
She, number one. And she's my favorite. Like,
Okay.
in our family, she's my favorite. She's always been the one that's just like rescued me, like gathered me up. Even to this day, she is my mom. Like, she's amazing.
And your birth mother is number what?
2.
Okay.
And the 2 of them were like,
That's right.
our whole childhood, it was like so rough between them. Like the jealousy and the contention and the control and all of it. And
After this cell phone thing, I want to get to the... Can you tell that story?
yes.
Okay, first finish the cell phone story.
So then Dad finds out I have a cell phone. And one morning he's like, well, and I had a bunch of DVDs. We weren't supposed to watch TV. And I would just get all of my little guy friends. I'm like, I need a DVD player from you. I need some DVDs from you. And I just gathered stuff, and me and my sister Bonnie would go watch movies.
Right.
And a lot of times it was while we were doing sewing projects, you know?
Right.
And so one morning at morning class, Dad's like, Noreen, go get me that DVD player and DVDs you have. And I'm like, fuck.
Who sold you
Somebody ratted me out. And I think I know who ratted me out. I'm not sure.
Just say it.
I actually don't have validation.
Okay.
But
just so you know, now's your time to come clean.
yeah.
We're giving you an opportunity to come clean. God will forgive you.
Just kidding. Maybe.
If there is.
Yeah. So I go get my DVD player and all my DVDs, and I take it up to Dad. And he's like, okay, now go get me that cell phone. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
He did not.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, okay. So I go and get the cell phone, and I bring it to him, and he smashes it. He had one of the boys
He did not.
get a sledgehammer out of the yard, and he smashes the DVD player, the cell phone, and the DVDs in front of everyone at morning class.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, I was like, well, fuck it.
Really?
I'm like, I'll apologize to the boys that I lost their shit, and they'll be fine.
Okay, so just to be clear, all media was off limits.
Yeah.
All music,
Internet, like music,
movies.
movies.
You couldn't even dance, is that correct? Or you could?
Well, we did, but
you
like
were
we sucked at it.
supposed to?
Like it was terrible. Like not sexy dancing. It was just like, right. You could dance.
Okay.
Yeah, you could dance.
I've got some false information, so I need to clarify.
You could dance. Well, when I was there, things changed after. So maybe it's not false information, but
Correct.
like we did tap dances and stuff for Dad, and there was ballet when I was younger. So there was like a lot of things we could do when I was younger. But so Dad smashes the cell phone. I call Lester on my brother's phone later that day. I'm like, hey, just so you know, my dad smashed that cell phone. And he's like, no problem. Collected insurance on it, had me a new one the next day.
He did not. Don't we love that Lester's a doer?
He is. He's always been
gets
just
shit done.
take care of it. Anyway,
I know.
that was my cell phone experience. But then when,
Okay, so when you're leaving the religion now, you get your cell phone from the mattress.
yeah, and I call Lester and he won't pick up for hours.
Okay, and where are you?
I'm at home at the time.
Okay.
He won't pick up. And I'm like, well, it's getting late. I'm going to have to get out of here because Dad told me to just get out. So I took nothing but my cell phone. I didn't have a charger, nothing. I walked up to the reservoir and I stayed there until Lester called me back. And I didn't know when that was going to be. And so about I think it was midnight, he finally calls me back. And he's like,
you're by yourself at
by
midnight.
myself. I've been up to the reservoir for hours, hours. And it's
And you're
January.
just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you're freezing.
I'm freezing my ass off. And I have nothing but a cell phone.
And you're like, I'm just going to die.
No, I knew it, like my gut, I knew something was going to work out. And I had one friend that I could talk to, Karen Dutson. She was already out. I had already been talking to her a little bit. I had one friend in St. George.
Okay.
And I'm like, if all else fails, I can call Karen. Karen can help me.
Did you know her number?
Yeah, I had her number. And so I'm like, something will work out. And I just stayed there until he called me. He finally calls me. He's like, well, I've been on a long drive with my dad. He's been going like hard on me today, like the guilt and the shame and everything. And, the prophet wants me to take all of my heavy equipment to Texas and da-da-da. And I told them, go fuck themselves. He's like, I'm not sending free equipment to Texas to work for free. And then they were, anyway, and, a few of these things had played out. And he finally just told his dad, he's like, I don't want to be here. I'm going to go. But
wow,
I carried a lot of guilt for a lot of years because I felt like he did it knowing like what was going on with me and knowing I didn't have anybody. So he came and picked me up that night. And then we went down to St. George and we bunked up with some of his friends in like a bachelor pad. And I mean, those years were so fun. And well, not years. It was like 6 months. So fun. But
and that was the end of seeing your family.
Not quite. So the next day we got in his truck and we came back to Colorado City and got all of my stuff. So Mother Misty had packed all of my shit in one of the vehicles and took it up to the reservoir again and met us at the reservoir and gave me all of my stuff. Well, the sad thing about this is they had gone through all of my shit. They took all of my pictures, all of my memorabilia, all of and pictures to me.
That's damning evidence against the FLDS
They
church.
even took my musical instruments, which was my whole identity. My whole identity was my music.
Do you have musical instruments now?
I do. After that, Lester went and bought me a flute and a violin because my violin was my world. Like it was such a huge part of my identity. My whole childhood was, what kept me out of trouble was music. Anyway.
I think you still got in trouble.
I was going to say I didn't really get out of trouble. But
is that true?
Yeah, no. But yeah, I got it all back and I started doing stuff. And then we started our company. This, still going. It's amazing. It's thriving. But yeah. And had 3 kids and where else do we want to go with that?
Okay, so I do have questions. When you left, okay, I got some questions for you.
Oh, look at that. You just pulled some cards right out of your crotch.
Where do you keep your card?
I don't have cards.
Well, apparently
That's how prepared I am.
Apparently you keep your phone in your tits. I keep my cards in my crotch, okay? It's fine. Beep, beep. Okay, what surprised you the most when you left that you missed about your old life?
Oh, family. That first year, holy shit, that first year was so hard. Because I went from being in a family of pure chaos, like all the grandbabies, all the sisters and the brothers and everybody coming together, being silly and wild and like chaos. Our house every Saturday and Sunday was just pure chaos. And I loved it. Like I loved it. I loved the bond I had with all my sisters. And then it was just me and Lester. And it was lonely and it was
boring.
Sad.
Well, sorry, Lester.
No, it wasn't boring. We did not live.
Yeah.
We didn't live a boring life.
I can't imagine you ever being boring.
No.
Ever. No. You're just fun in and of it yourself.
Yeah. And then once we started the company, dude, we blew so much money. Holy shit. We look back and we're like, we were making over $70,000 of profit a month. Just him and I.
Wow.
And we blew it. We'd go to Vegas. We'd go on road trips. We blew so fucking much money. I mean, mind you, we did buy a lot and start a house and a few things, but it was ridiculous. We had fun. It was not boring, but it was
That's
just a
pretty
family.
amazing that you were successful so quickly.
Well, it was Lester's fault. It was all Lester. I had nothing to do with it. I was just doing the bare minimum, the invoicing. He was born to be a businessman. So, yeah.
Okay. I want to say on that note, one thing that I've always loved about you is that when you look back at your childhood, I've only heard positive things. I loved being raised in a polygamous group.
I loved it.
Yes.
Are you kidding? Can you imagine?
And talking about having different moms that were good at different things.
Yes.
And so although I think that this is one thing to point out, although that's not something you would ever choose.
Yeah.
And you would ever do or organize religion, period.
Yeah.
It's also, I think this is where you and I connected really well.
Yeah.
Is because in leaving my religion and you leaving yours, I think we don't carry hate in that regard because we can look back and say, there was actually a lot of good shit.
Yeah. Lots of good.
And especially like I had a father that turned to religion for a good reason.
Yeah.
I had a better life than I would have had.
Well, and then like your mom too, the way she gathered and what you've talked about is like how she gathered everybody and did the parties and did the, you know, that's like her jam. And I love a woman that can just make a home just beautiful and warm and inviting and gathering all of her loved ones and celebrating like different times of life.
And I think we're similar in this regard where I didn't really give two shits about the history of the church. I just didn't.
But you're really well versed.
I'm well versed. I know the history.
Yeah.
I'm well read.
Yeah.
And even then, what didn't ring true to me that I struggled with was I didn't believe love and fear could coexist.
It was just, so beautiful.
I love the story of Christ. I always will. Do I believe that he was a God? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I believe.
Yep.
And I'm not here to preach what I believe. Didn't come on this podcast to preach what I believe.
100%.
I do believe that his teachings, the first four gospels of the New Testament, whatever, I love what they portray of him as a person. I love that he hung out with the sinners. I love that he called out the Pharisees and was like, you guys are hypocrites and you're bullshit.
Yeah.
I love that. I just love the teachings. I love who he was. I love that, like, same as I love who Mother Teresa was. Same as I love who the Dalai Lama is. And I think that's why I stayed neutral a whole lot longer than I believed. Was because those teachings were great for my kids. I think it got exhaustive to have to undo a lot of the teachings on the way home from church. Of like, with my girls being, yes, Jesus is great and all that. However, you know, he didn't teach fear.
No, I don't know way.
To be in the Church of Jesus Christ, that other bullshit sure isn't part of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, he never taught people to, like, all of those threats, all of those things, all of those consequences are not Jesus Christ teachings.
No.
And so, but
I love the fear thing because, like, the love was what it was about.
The love
had
is
nothing
amazing.
to do with the fear.
Yeah. And all those other things are not part of his. And in saying that, whether or not he's real or true, or doesn't matter what I think.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to push to my kids, like, you believe what's true to you.
Yes.
And, you know, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, totally. So. I love that. I love hearing this side of your
I know.
story.
So when I left, the hardest person for me to tell was my dad.
Oh, for sure. You were so close to him.
I know. And I remember my dad telling me he wanted to have that conversation with me.
Oh.
He was so heartbroken. And I think you can see this to be true too, is when you have someone like our families that believed in the church, it's not a belief, it's a knowledge.
Yeah.
It's not like they know it as much as they know this glass is sitting here.
Yeah.
They know the church is true. So it's not a discussion to have. And I don't want them to unknow it because they're happy.
Yeah. Well, so this is where I have this really strong feeling of organized religion is really good for some people. It's necessary for some people.
Okay.
Like, by watching my own moms and, you know, a lot of people in the community, they were in organized religion their whole lives. And then all of a sudden it's ripped out from under them and they're lost. They have no community. They have no like structure, which that's their whole life is based on that. And so, like, when my mom went from FLDS to nothing to LDS, I was like, fuck yeah, Mom. Like, this is actually really good for you because you need support, you need community, and, you know, your kids aren't going to do that for you in all the levels.
Every person needs community and support.
Absolutely.
I think where I stand with organized religion is that making the transition out takes mental toughness.
Yeah.
Because you lose fucking everything.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have that inside of you, you got to think about it.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and so I think that's something that I don't necessarily, and I think that's what really pushed me to do it, so my kids didn't have to.
Yeah.
But do I believe, would I choose that for any of my kids to organize religion?
No.
Fuck no.
No. But if they want to
Would
find
I
it on
want
their
my
own, sure.
parents or anybody to go through that? I wouldn't want them to go through
You wouldn't
that.
want them to go through that.
I don't
What
want
if they
anybody
did?
I know to go through that.
But what if they did and they were lost in life?
And they were lost
And
because they couldn't go through it because it's so hard.
Yeah. Well, and even so, like,
It causes, every war has been over organized religion. Like everything, not everyone, but most of them have.
most of them have been right in the middle of it.
Because there's also behind organized religion is ego.
Yeah.
And man and power and something that the man brings in that isn't intended.
Yep.
You know, so it's like there's something else behind organized religion that is not humble.
No,
and it's not.
It's not.
So, I mean, those are my opinions.
And I agree with you on these. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
in saying that, I hold so much love and respect for everybody that is part of an organized religion.
Yes.
And I don't think any less of them.
Because it works for them.
Because it works for them. My oldest son is still part of the church, and I love that he loves it.
Yeah.
And I support him.
Yeah.
He'll probably raise his children in the church, and I will 100% support all of that.
As you should.
Part of it makes me really sad.
Yeah.
The part that I see so much anxiety tied to it.
Oof. For real. I feel like this is so real with so many people. It's the anxiety.
Fear, because there's so much fear tied to the church. Afraid of having to be perfect.
Yeah.
Afraid of making mistakes. Living for the next life and not living for today.
Oh, my God. Isn't that real?
That part makes my gut sad.
Yeah, because all we have is right now. How do you know if you're going to have a next life?
Yeah. And
How do you know, like...
Yeah. So that part makes me sad because I'm like, I just want to see you happy.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember that. I remember being so anxious all the time and being so scared to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And so fearful of being perfect. But in saying that, I support full-heartedly, and I will want what you want.
When you said that, Verily, it reminded me of a few weeks ago, you and I had this conversation about clean slates. And do you remember this?
Yes.
I'm like, I don't believe in clean slates because we love the lessons we have gone through. We want to hold that lesson. We don't want to wipe it off and like have a clean slate. And the other thing is like the anxiety as a child that's like, I'm never going to be good enough. Like, I like you get like baptism. I'll never forget the day I got baptized. I was like, I'm never going to swear again.
No,
I'm never going to have.
I'm actually perfect right now.
And it lasted 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I think you beat me.
And it's just like, and then I thought I was such a horrible person and I'm never going to be pure and clean. And like all of these little things that you think are just so horrible, it's part of being human and it's so beautiful, and to embrace it instead of being shamed. The shame is such a huge part of the, you know, the guilt and the anxiety and the fear. Like it's the shame of like, oh, you're doing this, you're going to go to hell. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So going back to that, exactly. And going back to that conversation with my dad, and he was like, he had so much fear for me because it was his knowledge that he wasn't going to see me again in the next life. You know, it was his knowledge that I was lost. And he said some things that were so painfully hurtful to me that still haunt me. And everything, all I wanted in life was to please him.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm not angry at him for it because I believe like you have two responses. You have a visceral response. Your gut, like you say something, but you don't mean it.
Yeah.
That response is out of fear. It's out of what, you know, hurt, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I don't hold anything. Whatever he said in that moment was not him.
Yeah.
You know, that was his feelings of fear, whatever.
Yeah.
The response you have later after you've had to take a minute to think about it, that's how you really feel about that person. So those were good responses later on. But he's like, we need to sit down and talk. And I didn't want to have that conversation with him because I didn't want to talk religion with him. I didn't want to say anything to convince him that I was right because I wanted him to have the church.
Yeah. It's not like you're trying to change him. You're just trying to make a choice for you.
And I know why I needed to leave.
Yeah.
I know why it wasn't right for me. And I wanted it I wanted him to have his own truth.
Yeah.
Just the same reason why I won't sit and have that conversation with my son.
Yeah.
Because I want him to have his own truth, and I will never have it with my grandchildren.
Yeah.
Of his kids.
Yeah.
Because they need to have...
And it probably opens up a level of safety with you knowing that, you know what, mom's going to be good regardless.
You can be atheist, you can be Christian, you can be whatever you are.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It has to be.
And you're providing that for your kids because that's also what you wished you would have had.
It's not what we do, though.
I know.
We offer others around us what we are craving inside.
And what we hoped we would have gotten and we didn't. And so we have this like, oh, actually, I'm going to provide that for my own kids.
Yeah, that's why I hug you and touch you all the time.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Did you wanted more hugs as a kid?
Well, I'll probably do so now. I'm just going to crawl up on your lap. Just kidding.
I'll hold you.
Okay. All right. So I have something fun. Are you ready for this?
Born ready.
You're born ready?
Yes.
Okay. Things that we thought were totally normal growing up.
Oh.
That were probably not normal after leaving the church. We're like, what's
That's actually not normal.
Yeah. Like, that's probably not normal.
Oh, there's so many.
3-hour church on Sunday, I thought was totally normal growing up. And plus more church during the week.
Yeah. 4 hours for us sometimes. Like
You
often.
had 4-hour church?
Yeah.
You're so much more pure. You were more pure because you had the pure church.
No, I just like to
had
people watch really well.
This is something that has been pointed out to me recently that I had no idea.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Saying, oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm like, what?
Yeah. Or like, heck.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
So,
The rest of the world didn't say, oh my gosh.
well, anything around the word God.
Because you can't say God.
Yes. So if it's, I still don't say, oh my God. Like,
I don't either. And because I don't want my kids will offend everybody.
literally. Yes. So gosh was something that was like.
Could you
the
say
replace-
gosh?
Gosh, no.
You couldn't even say, you couldn't even say gosh.
No, I said hell, shit, damn, hell. You know,
That's because it's in the scriptures.
yeah. It just seemed natural.
Do you know my mom gave a talk once at like a big church gathering, state conference, a big church gathering, and she literally was reading a scripture from the pulpit, and she said, it said hell, and she said H-E double hockey sticks. She spelled it. She said H-E double hockey sticks because she didn't want to say hell.
Conference.
In general conference. Okay, general conference is a huge
Kind
gathering.
of a big deal.
It's a kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
Everybody burst out laughing, by the way.
Good.
Because my mom is so
good.
pure.
Yeah,
She's
so good.
so pure. Isn't that so cute? Okay, but apparently, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I know. But even my kids, because they'll say God sometimes, like, oh my God, I have to tell them, don't ever say that. You can say it here in the house, you're safe.
Yes.
But do not say it at school.
Yeah, for sure.
Ever in other kids' houses because it's highly offensive.
You know what's interesting is one time it slipped. Well, it's happened probably 2 or 3 times throughout my life around very religious men. And the look I get is worse than using the F word.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
I'm just like, sorry, my bad. And it's not something I say like recklessly.
Yeah. Okay, something else.
Okay.
Coffee.
I've had coffee since I was 16 years old.
Oh, you could have coffee? Mm-hmm. Oh, coffee was like alcohol in the Mormon religion.
Really? Like, yeah. Because no tea and coffee.
No tea, no coffee.
Yeah.
You had coffee
Yeah, absolutely.
in FLDS?
Yeah. We lived off of coffee.
You sinners.
Yeah. We actually are the LGs.
I thought you were saints.
We are, and that's because we get coffee. Take our
no
coffee,
coffee,
we
no
turn
tea.
into devils.
Yeah, in my specific house, we could not have
Coffee. Yeah, well,
caffeine.
yes.
We couldn't even have Coke.
Oh, well, that's an interesting, that's a family
That was like
preference.
a family,
Yeah.
but that was because that's how extreme we took the word of wisdom.
Okay. Yeah, that's total, because.
Okay, the word of wisdom, by the way, is in the Book of Mormon that talks about do's and don'ts
Yes.
of nutrition.
When I think of the word of wisdom, I think of that stupid hymn they made off of it.
What about him? I don't even know.
You don't?
No.
All I know is the one part is like, tea and coffee we despise. Something, something. I can't remember the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, I do know it, actually.
Yeah, it's a hymn. It's a
Okay,
hymn.
well, we should look it up. All right. Okay, no dating before 16. Did you?
Oh, we never dated.
Oh, you
we weren't
didn't
even
date,
allowed to talk to boys. Our classrooms in school were separated, boys and girls. We were not.
Really?
If we were caught talking to boys, this is why I got in so much trouble all the time. Is because I had so many guy friends, and I'm like, I love
You're so
having guy
naughty. You can see why when people leave the church, they go hog wild.
Yes, because they're so unbalanced in life.
Yeah. They're like, now we're going to go have sex with everybody.
We're going to go have a lot of sex. We're going to have a lot of drugs. We're going to do a lot of alcohol, which I didn't really go through any of those phases, but yeah.
Yeah. Modesty.
Yeah. Which I'm dressed so modestly, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What else? What else are you thinking of that was like music for you is more extreme than it was for me?
Yeah.
PG movies. For us, it was PG movies. For you, it was all movies.
All movies, all music that wasn't made within the church. The only thing we were allowed to listen to had to be created by the church. And, you know.
But that's so interesting because you think of like how much, honestly, think of how brainwashing that is. Don't listen to any music.
You know what was funny as fuck?
What?
Is a lot of the music that was written by the church, the structure of it came from music outside of the church.
That's really interesting.
And so the people that were writing it were really just listening to music and rewriting it.
That's interesting. Oh, no tattoos.
No tattoos. Oh, no.
And
or piercings.
Oh, we could have one piercing.
Oh, that's cool.
And then later, there was a revelation from God saying that we could have 2 piercings.
Ooh.
So everybody went out and got a second piercing.
So you got 2 earrings
So it's
instead
like you
of just
sit
one.
in general conference at the end. Yeah, so they have like this. Yeah, you got to seriously have 2. Sorry. But it was so funny because like literally everybody, this is what always makes me laugh because everybody's like sitting, I swear they watch conference just to see if the prophet says they can do something new.
Oh my.
So it's like everybody I feel like is sitting at the edge of so there's conference twice a year in April and October.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel like everybody's just sitting at the edge of their seat saying,
That's why they never miss it, even if they're up in the mountains, even if they're on vacation.
Like, can we do something new? Do we get more reels? Do we get like this latest it was tank top garments.
Yes.
So everybody wears like these garments under their clothes.
But they're like, what's the point of a tank top garment?
Yeah, it used to be from your ankles to your wrists, and then it got shorter to your knees,
above the knee to
like here, and now it's like the latest is now they're like tank tops. But I'm like, you literally are going to conference and sitting to say, what can I do now? I was like, is anybody thinking for themselves? Like,
no.
Or we're waiting for God to tell the prophet like what underwear you could wear.
Yeah. Nobody.
So this is the thing that's always boggled me that I've always thought, I was like, I just don't like wearing them. And for years, like I just did it and I'd get so much crap. I'd wear them to church.
I did the same thing.
I'd always wear them to church.
I used to ditch mine all the time. But you always wear them to church. Like your everyday stuff.
And then after I was like, I'm working out again for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Because you don't
want to wear them.
5 days straight of working out. I went from the pool to working out to the pool to this. I was like, I had a girlfriend that'd be like, she was Brazilian. She was so funny. She'd be like, why don't you just put them on while you work out? And I was like, too hot.
It's just too sweaty.
Too hot, too sweaty.
Gross.
She's like, are you still working out? 5 hours, she'd be like, are you still working out? And I was like,
yeah.
Planning on it tomorrow.
Yeah. We do bits of cardio every 10 minutes.
Cardio every bursts.
I love that.
I know.
Oh my God. The garment thing, I'm just like.
And I tell her, I was like, do you know what's worse than not wearing garments? And she was like, what? I'm like, judging people that don't wear garments.
Right.
Because I had a friend who her mom would use that line all the time. I was like, oh, I'm using it for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mormon religion, it's just, it's so much like how we were raised, but you guys had more freedoms.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when the first time you had alcohol?
Oh, college.
Yeah.
I was.
So same as me. Yeah.
I was not a great Mormon sometimes.
Yeah.
But in saying that, so I think this is where we're similar. I loved so much about being raised in the church. I loved the family stuff.
I always got guys giving me alcohol, like drinks and stuff. That's why I got caught with it in my book bag, because it was last day of school and one of the boys gave me a Mike's Hard Lemonade and I just put it in my book bag. I hadn't even touched it and I got in so much trouble. I think I got grounded. And Dad never grounded the kids. I was like, oh shit, well. But it's like alcohol was a big thing in our house. Dad made sure nobody was drinking.
It's funny we're talking like we were so bad.
Yeah.
But like most people are listening are like, what, you guys didn't drink until college?
Well, it's just like,
You didn't do this until then?
it's just like Olya. Like she's
Yeah.
from Russia and she was drinking straight up vodka at age 15.
Yeah, Olya. Let's get her on the show.
I know. And I'm like, so like different cultures and it's like, it's not even a thing. So like when I talk about it, she's like,
Yes.
is that a bad thing?
I know. I know.
Anyway, so
this
is kind of fun.
This is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because I think we look back and we're like, there's so much I loved about being raised Mormon.
I loved my family structure and the, you know, all the chaos and also all the moms. I loved having multiple moms because it was like,
You could just choose one.
choose one, pick one for the day. You get sick of that one, go to the next one. Like, and who was home? Like, it was always a different mom that was home, and they had their different things. And like, I
would never raise my kids Mormon. Like at this point, I would never do it.
Same with polygamy. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, too much judgment, too much other
Drama.
Oh,
should I tell you about the
fights?
The fight.
We didn't get back to the that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The two moms did not like each other, Mama 1 and Mama 2.
Yes.
So what happened?
So one day, my mom went and planted some irises in the front yard. Mm-hmm. Well, she had spent like almost a week working on this flower garden. Mm-hmm. And she just had got it completely done. And well, this is what I remember as a child. So if the facts are not right, I apologize. But this is what I remember as a child.
It's okay.
Mama 1 goes and digs them all up. Moves them because it wasn't part of the yard plan.
Okay.
And my mom was pissed. Like, and I think there was some other things that must have been going on behind the scenes that we weren't aware of. But I've never seen my mom this mad in my whole life. Mm-hmm. She picks up her shovel and goes in the house. And, where's Mother Gerda? She's so mad. And next thing we know, we hear Mom 1 and Mom 2 on the stairway just screaming at each other in the stairwell. And all of us kids are gathering around just as my mom swings a shovel at Mom 1. And like, I legit thought she was going to kill her.
Ugh.
Like, and I'm so sorry, Mom, to tell this story, but I thought she was going to kill her. And I was just like,
kill her, so it's fine.
She missed.
We can tell a story because nobody's in jail. Nobody killed anyone.
I was so scared as a little girl. I was so scared. Me and 3 or 4 of my other siblings, we ran down to the creek.
Do we have any therapists on standby for Noie right now?
Thank God it was like 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. But like, I remember we all ran down to the creek and we just sat in the sand like this for like hours because we didn't know if somebody was going to be dead when we came home. Like, I remember being so scared and I thought maybe our family was going to be completely broken up and I wouldn't even get to live with my brothers and sisters anymore. Like, my brain went berserk.
Still had 4 other moms to take care of you. How would you be broken up?
But in the church, they would separate families all the time. And like, even into different households. And I loved living with my siblings. Like, I was so close to Mama 1's kids. Like, I still am. Like, I'm probably closer to her kids than I am my own mom's kids. Like, very close. And we were best friends when we were young.
Did she get hurt?
Nope. It was just a bad fight. And I brought this up.
I love this story so much.
I brought this up the other day with Mama 1 because I was like, do you remember this? And she's like, oh, do I ever? It's so funny, but they're both very much aware how traumatized all the kids are over that fight. We're like, because we didn't deal with a lot of fights in our family. We were we got along really well.
Well, that's what you call bottle, explode.
Right. That's exactly.
So maybe we deal with our feelings as they come up.
I love how you were like, tell the story. It was not an axe. It was a shovel.
Well, you could do that with a shovel.
I know. That's exactly what happened. Except for it's like an upward swing.
Thank God it wasn't an axe.
Holy shit. Anyway, so that
thank goodness, thank goshness, it wasn't an axe.
So that's a great unfiltered story to end our podcast with.
It is.
Yeah.
I do have one last question for you, though. Okay. So what is one feeling that you are left with when you left the church? Like, when you go back to leaving the church in that day and the weeks that followed, what is the feeling that, if you sit in that feeling for a moment, what is the feeling that you have?
Freedom.
Okay.
Freedom. I was excited about freedom. I could dress how I wanted. I could comb my hair. I could chop my hair. That was another thing. You weren't supposed to cut your hair. I could do anything I wanted with my life. It was like this moment of realization is like, the world is your oyster. Build what you want. Go create a life that you want. I remember feeling so much freedom. I was literally on cloud nine for weeks after. Like, there was no sneaking. There was no hiding. There was no, like, I was just.
Did you feel the same after your divorce?
No. No, not really. I was sad after my divorce. I was really sad. I was depressed. I almost committed suicide. Like, my divorce was hard. It was very hard.
We'll bring that. We'll do that on another podcast.
It was deep.
Freedom.
Freedom. I loved it. I was excited. Yes, I missed my family desperately, but I was free. And that's one thing about my life still is I will not stay anywhere that keeps me caged.
Yeah, you're
like I'm a
free bird.
I am a freedom person. I am a free spirit. Like, I have to just feel like I have space to breathe. Anyway, so.
All right. I think my feeling was abandonment.
Oh, really?
Completely different than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't feel abandoned when I left.
I felt like I wasn't good enough for my family.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I feel like that's what most people feel like when they leave.
Like, you have to fit a certain dynamic to stay in the church. You have to be A, B, C, and D. And realizing, I think I had that realization. I had always felt,
Go for it.
like my dad would unconditionally love me.
Yeah.
And there was this moment that I realized
Maybe
there was something really conditional.
Yeah.
And when you give your life to a religion and to your family,
yeah,
there was this complete abandonment.
Yep.
And I still loved him. And I was protecting him from my truth because I didn't want him to leave. And I didn't want him to question his own beliefs. And so in a way, I felt like I was protecting him by not telling him. And I was getting abandoned by him. So I think there was something in that, and I think there's something familiar with a divorce to me.
Yeah. Oh,
it feels
yeah,
the same
with that male like structure in your life and the way you need that support and love.
But it's like if you don't fit a criteria, if you don't believe, and so it's like for me, it's like. I will always choose to be myself.
Yes.
I'll always choose to be unfiltered. I'll always choose this.
Yeah.
I'll always choose to love purely. But it will always be a very painful choice.
Which is a perfect description of who you are in everyday life, because I feel like that is what you always choose with people. And it's like not just in your life experiences, but like with other people, you allow that. And that's what's so beautiful about you, because even when you've been hurt so deeply, multiple times throughout life, that's what you choose to give other people when it's so hard.
It's so fun to see on this podcast, to see who you are too. Like to see, like go back to your childhood and see like,
oh yeah,
you've always been this brave, fiery person. But it's like, I will fight for my freedom. And I will fight for who I am. And in me, to also be like, I will be who I am even when it hurts.
Yeah.
And I really want to get this message across to other women and other people that are listening, that it's not going to be easy to be who you are. Even if who you are is in your religion.
Yep.
If who you are is to stay.
Then stay. Yeah. Don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself. And if who you are is to leave.
Yep.
But be you, and it's going to fucking hurt sometimes.
Yep.
So with that,
it probably will hurt. Making any big choice in life is going to be hard as fuck.
It is.
Whether it's divorce, whether it's leaving a church, whether it's, and we're not encouraging people to leave their church in any means, but like,
I'm encouraging you to do what's right for you.
If it's hard to make the right choice, don't beat yourself up over that, because it's right choices that are big choices are fucking hard.
It's still the right choice.
Yep.
Yeah. But lean into it, because God, my life is better.
Yeah.
gosh, my life is better.
Oh, what a beautiful one. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, guys, and have a beautiful day.
Yes, next time.